after 9 o'clock. And we have an in studio guest. I'm very pleased to meet and welcome you, Hafiz Idreess Nungu. You are the CEO of African Migration, and we are going to be talking about xenophobia in our country. And obviously, this crisis is deepening amid calls for political accountability. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. Lovely to have you here.
Wa alaikum salam. I'm happy to be here on Salam Media.
Okay, let's look at the issue around xenophobia attacks happening in KZN. Not only there, but we hear about small pockets, flaring up in other parts of the country as well, particularly in Gauteng, in Johannesburg, in the informal settlements. And I guess wherever you go and wherever you look, lots of frustrated individuals, locals, who are blaming immigrants for taking their jobs, taking away, much needed medical assistance and help, which according to them is meant for South Africans, but because of the influx of immigrants, the services are being really compromised. So there's so many facets to this matter. But let's start off with the first question, Hafiz, and that is constitutional law. When, how does this play out? And does it truly protect migrants in our country?
Yeah, welcome to Salam Media. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of African Migration. Responding to the xenophobia attacks that is happening in South Africa. It's not a big deal, but it's going to become a big deal because of our leaders. They are always talking careless, mostly the political leaders. When you look at this xenophobia, it's only one province that is having a problem, and that province is also causing other provinces to have problems. It's KwaZulu-Natal, whereby we see that some of those leaders that side, they are not talking nice to the people. They are talking careless about migration, and these people they are leaders in the parliament. So whereby a leader should have give people good talking, something that is nice for the people, so that they have to be unit among themselves. In South Africa, we still have this problem of migrants. I think it started from 2008. This is xenophobia, when Jacob Zuma was the president of South Africa. So in other words, when Nelson Mandela became a president, it took his 5 years, there was no problem. And then we came to Thabo Mbeki, he took his presidency, there was no problem. When Jacob Zuma became president, that's where we started having this problem of xenophobia. And this thing is not getting finished because the same people in KwaZulu-Natal, there are those leaders that are always talking careless about migration. Then it's spreading the whole country. So we have to appeal for these type of leaders to make unity. When they talk, they mustn't talk careless about migration. The problem of saying foreigners are taking our jobs, foreigners are becoming too much in South Africa, we only see it now after our democracy. Why, when there was apartheid, there was nothing like this? Why are we talking about it? Then which means that we still have a problem as Africans. We are being used by the capitalists to spread rumors that is not there. It's not a problem for migrants to have documents in South Africa. When the parliament, if they put the law constitution to the people, I think people should obey and understand that we need to respect the law of the country. But presently, people are not respecting the law of the country because there are those leaders that are also divided among themselves. They don't come together as one. We have seen a lot of things that is always affecting migrants in South Africa. We have seen unrest July, whereby a lot of people were looting shops, burning malls. And also after that, they started again of complaining about the drivers, of saying that we are employing foreign drivers. They were burning trucks and all that. So after this problem, then they come again. They are talking about migrants that are in South Africa. And then they are saying they are taking our jobs and all that. This is the problem that we see now. Because those problems are created by our leaders. And those leaders should be charged for causing violence within the country.
Okay, it's 13 after 9 o'clock. Let's go for an ad break. When we come back, we'll continue this very important and serious discussion on xenophobia unfolding in KZN and, of course, other parts of the country.
All right, thank you very much.
Across Sudan, starvation is tightening its grip. With rising food prices and widespread malnutrition, 8.7 million people are now facing emergency or famine-level hunger. As the conflict intensifies and aid routes narrow, families in Sudan are running out of options and time. The Al Imdad Foundation is delivering life-saving humanitarian aid to those most at risk. Stand with Sudan. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Ah, the kitchen, the heart of the home, where memories are made and celebrated. Our go-to place for those freshly stacked pancakes early in the morning or for that late-night snack munchies. We are in there together, cooking, eating, and celebrating life together. Let's keep the kitchen a place that is shared by everyone, where we build stronger bonds and grow together. Sunfoil, Now We Cooking. Visit nowwecooking.co.za for recipes that everyone can help make.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Africa. Give the gift of clean water with Africa Muslims Agency. With every water well or borehole you donate, your drop becomes a river, reconnecting communities to nourishment, education, dignity and empowerment. Sponsor a water well for 17,000 Rand in Africa or a borehole for 65,000 Rand in Afghanistan or Africa. Quench the thirst. Reconnect the soul with Africa Muslims Agency.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media, your humanitarian broadcaster.
16 after 9 o'clock. Welcome back. News and views on Salam Media. We have an in-studio guest, and that is CEO of Africa Migration. And Hafiz Idreess Nungu is here to talk about xenophobic attacks happening mainly in KZN. I also suggested that we're having issues elsewhere in the country, and we understand something has started flaring up in the Western Cape. Would you like to share that with us, please, Hafiz?
Yes, this xenophobia attacks is spreading like flies all over, because what is happening, there are some other TV stations, they like to promote violence because they don't talk something that can build the community. We have seen that most of the media, they are always covering this thing of migrants. We got a problem in Western Cape where we just received some calls day before yesterday that there are some people that they were going in Claremont where they are staying. So they went there in their houses where they rent. When they see the landlord, he said, no, you don't have to give me money for rent. You need to leave the house because it's not good at all. There are people that are going to come here door by door and searching people. So when they left those keys, they went to stay in the bush. So presently, while I'm talking now, some of them, they were slept in the bush with ladies and children, which is something that is very, very bad for us as Africans to live such a life, because apartheid is over now. So we need to have unity among ourselves. So these people, yesterday I was talking to them, trying to get an assistant for them. And then later on, then I spoke to someone else. He said, no, they can go to the police station and stay there. So as I'm talking to you now, I just phoned them this morning. They said that they're at the police station now. So last week, I went to see the ambassador of Malawi. I was talking to her about those people who wants to go home, because some of them, they said they want to go home. So they told us that they can give us their details, and then the buses are on the way coming. So anytime this week, buses are coming, and those people we're gonna be taken to go back to their country of origin, because of they are running out of xenophobia, which is happening in South Africa.
So Hafiz, do you believe that politicians in South Africa are deliberately creating these issues around xenophobia because they're taking the spotlight off the corruption that they're involved in? And if they highlight issues around migrants, they're even suggesting something as ridiculous as saying that the immigrant population in South Africa, both documented and undocumented, sits at 45 million. Now that's a crazy figure, because at the previous census, we clocked in at about 65 million. So you can't have 45 million migrants in the country, and the total census gave us 65 million in total South Africans and migrants.
Yeah, actually, there was an survey that was conducted since that time when Mashaba was the mayor of Gauteng. He was saying that it's almost 45 million for foreigners that are in South Africa. But human rights, they say, all right, let's make a survey. They did the survey. They find that it was 3.5 million, plus or minus. Those people are also leaving the country. So it's only a matter of hatred for the politicians that are saying rumors to say that there are a lot of migrants in South Africa. That is not true. And the other thing is, these migrants, when they come from the border, they are given 30 days visa. So that 30 days visa, when it is expired, they are also in the system. Home Affairs should also give the figure of the people that are coming to the country. They mustn't say it's an influx of foreigners. That is a wrong message to pass to the people.
So do you believe that politicians are playing these games? They're stoking the fires of xenophobia simply to take the spotlight off all of their corrupt activities. And we can't generalize. We're not saying all politicians are corrupt, but by and large, it does seem that, this is a deliberate tactic in putting the focus on issues rather than their leadership abilities. We're also hearing that foreign governments are acting as a third force to stoke the fires of xenophobia in South Africa to destabilize the country. Do you think that that is very far-fetched, or do you believe that it is in fact true?
Politics is a dirty game for those who knows what is politics. When we talk of South African politicians, most of them, they are not educated. They don't know nothing about politics, except Julius Malema is the one who knows politics. I don't say I support Julius Malema, but he went to school, sit on the table and learn, how can I do this politics? But the rest, they are only political puppets. They are only there to make money and destabilize the country. This is the problem that we are facing today, because we put people in parliament who doesn't know nothing about politics. So in future, we need to select those leaders that are well educated and they know how to run the politics. Because most of these politicians, they think that when you are a leader, you need to abuse the other people's rights. But those rights, there are those parliamentarians that are also making the constitution in the parliament, but they are also failing to do that. So the only thing that we need to do in South Africa is to have a political person who knows how to run politics.
So this clearly is not going to go away overnight. It is a huge issue in the country. We also have a high youth unemployment situation in the country, and because they're frustrated, they see the corruption going on in government, they seem to vent their anger on migrants. How do you believe we need to come together to sit down and talk without carrying out xenophobic attacks on migrants? How do we address the situation?
The only thing that we need to address such problems like this is to document all the foreign nationals in South Africa. If these politicians are not doing this thing of giving those people documents, then which means that they're only there after making money, also profits. Because the way people are getting arrested outside there, people are also giving people's bribe, police officers, the law enforcement agencies, they are also paid for that. So this other corruption is not going to end in this country. When these politicians, they are still pressing that people should leave the country, they must just document each and every migrant who doesn't have a document. That is the only way that we can get successful to have this problem fixed in South Africa. If we don't do that, then this xenophobia is still going to exist until amen. So we need a leader that knows how to document all those migrants that don't have documents. Like what Mugabe did 1980, he was the president or the prime minister of Zimbabwe when it was Rhodesia. But he managed to document all the people that were Africans. They never divide them. He just say, all right, I will document you because we fight together this liberation struggle. So there's no way you can leave the country unless if you are not happy, then I've got free buses that will take you to a country. So this is what's supposed to be done also in South Africa to show that they love other Africans. But if these politicians are not doing these things, we're still going to have the problem until people are also going to lose lives. And while we are talking here, people are struggling and suffering. In Durban also, people are just sleeping in the streets. They are scared to go and stay with the community in KZN because of the politicians. So politicians, please, they must try to speak something that is not careless in terms of migration.
So, Hafiz, I'm trying to understand why the documenting of all immigrants will make a difference, given that I go back to the issue around the employment situation in South Africa. It's dire, it's in a very, very bad situation. How will documenting of migrants change the situation and prevent xenophobic attacks, and also change the hatred and the animosity by locals towards migrants?
Yeah, you see why we have to document all these migrants here is because of that is the problem that we are facing in South Africa. They are putting the borders. They are saying people, they are just coming here, this and that. They are talking a lot of things. So to document each and everyone is going to have a less problem for the community, as well. It's going to be easier for the government to monitor the situation in the country. This word system is the one that is killing us. The system was created by a capitalist. So these capitalists, they are also gaining. The more people are fighting here, the more people are gaining. When you look at this march and march that are marching at the moment, they are also getting money from capitalists. Someone is giving them money to destabilize the economy of South Africa, but we don't see it. When we look at a migrant who is working in South Africa, that migrant is developing the country of South Africa because he's getting paid for it. He only gets his money and use what he wants. Let's say he's a builder. He's building that building that he's building. It's a development for the country. These people, they just get money to use and spend. That's all. So I think it's wise for us to document each and everyone so that we must develop our country. We mustn't go back to the to the apartheid system now. We need to behave like Africans. We love everyone to be like an African. You must feel free in an African country, feel free in your home as well. That's why we say everyone should be documented.
With due respect to you and the situation of the migrants in the country, we feel for you and we hope and pray that there is a positive outcome. But I come back to the issue of unemployment. How do you respond to South African youth who point fingers at migrants and say to them, you're stealing our jobs, you're taking our children's spaces at schools, you're overburdening our health system? Those are very real issues to a person who is unemployed. How do you respond to them? Is it once again a situation that politicians should be fixing because they've corrupted the systems, they're stealing too much money? Because if they didn't put their hands in the coffers, there'd be enough money to go all around for migrants and South Africans.
On the programs of the youth, what the government should do is they must put honest people in parliament. These people, they must stop stealing money, because money is looted in the government with the leaders, not the people that are poor. So we need to have companies, they need to build the companies, they need to try to give the youths also, to give them something that they can also survive. But now the problem is corruption is too worse in South Africa. When you look at all the ministers, most of them, they are taking the money. All the municipalities presently, they don't have money. They can't do anything. So how are you going to expect to employ the youth if you're stealing the money? So that is the problem that we have. We must put those leaders that we know that they are very good in doing the job as politicians, like what I said in the first place. That's why we still have this problem. We just making scapegoats to foreign for the migrants.
Let's wrap up. Time is up. Your final words to people listening to us this morning.
Yeah, for all those people that are listening to us, we are going to give you the account number for some disaster problems that is happening for our migrants outside there. If there is anyone who can donate to us, we will leave the account number to Salam Media. You communicate with them, and then we can also help the community, because presently people are starving. The people are even heavy. This is winter. People, they need blankets, they need to have warm, and people are sleeping outside because we are fighting each other. So we appeal for those people that are also kind to assist us.
Inshallah, we'll get those details and put it up on our website. Hafiz Idreess Nungu, CEO of African Migration. Shukran very much for being with us in studio today. And we make dua, inshallah, that this issue is resolved and we can rid our country of all corrupt politicians, inshallah. It is 9:31 exactly. This is News and Views moving along.